In this video, I will show you the patterns of the conditional tense, or what I like to call the would tense, although it does not always translate as such. This video follows on from the one I made about the future tense, so perhaps you would like to watch that one before commencing with this, because the conditional tense shares the same patterns as the future tense, which are: the conditional tense has endings that are always the same, regardless of how the word starts. The stress is always in a consistent place. The endings are placed after the letter R, which gives us sounds to listen out for. Let's now examine the endings in greater detail. We shall start with the verb vendere, which means to sell. I have underlined where the stress is. The position of stress is the same for all verbs. The first one with which to start is the I would form. By placing the ending after the letter R, this gives us a re sound to listen out for, so vendere can mean I would sell. The next one is the we would ending, which gives us the sound remmo. Venderemmo can mean we would sell. This has two M's, so that sound is longer. I say this because for the future tense we have a similar word with one M, which is venderemo, which can mean we will sell, so be careful with those. Now I'm going to show you two at once. Venderesti, which can mean you would sell, familiar version, and vendereste, which can mean you all would sell. The way I like to remember the difference between them is that the you would version ends in I like in most other tenses, and the you all would ending has a te at the end as in other tenses. The next one is the he, she, you would ending, which gives us the sound rebbe to listen out for, so venderebbe can mean he, she or you would sell. For the they would form, I do a similar trick that I have done before, which is to take that word and add a sound, but this time it is ro. I simply say venderebbe, tag on a ro, which gives us venderebbero. Note that the position of stress has not changed. Venderebbe, venderebbero. Like the future tense, there is a change from A to E for the majority of are verbs. If we take provare, which can mean to try or to try on, amongst other meanings, we have to change A to E to say things like provere, which can mean I would try on, or proveremmo, which can mean we would try on. Let's look at a few more examples. Here are three types of verbs: are, ere and ire. You can see that mangiare and temere both have an E before the R in their conjugations. Mangerei, temerei. Mangeresti, temeresti. Mangerebbe, temerebbe. For sentire, we have sentirei, sentiresti, sentirebbe, etc. As you can see, they all have the same sounds of rei, resti, rebbe, remmo, reste, and rebbero at the end. There are numerous verbs where the start is irregular. Fortunately, these are exactly the same as the ones in the future tense. I know that volere in the future tense is vorrò, which can mean I will want. As the conditional tense has the same exceptions, I automatically know the I would form, which is vorrei. This is also used for I would like when asking for items in a shop. For example, vorrei del pane, I would like some bread. Also, the imperfect tense can have a similar effect for making polite requests. As the name implies, the conditional tense is used to express conditions. Mi piacerebbe venire, ma non posso. I would love to come, but I cannot. This tense is used in conditional sentences to express what would happen if the specified condition were met. I use the conditional tense in the result part and the imperfect subjunctive in the if part. Verrei alla festa se non dovessi studiare. I would come to the party if I didn't have to study. This tense is also used to tone down the force of a statement, for doubts and for suppositions, so in the middle of a sentence, after saying something about an offer that was made, sarebbe accettabile can be translated as is supposedly acceptable rather than it would be acceptable. Also, the conditional of Dovere is used to talk about what should be done or to give advice. Now, bear in mind that in English the use of would is used for habitual or repeated actions in the past, which means that you use the imperfect tense instead. Well, I think that's quite enough for one video. I hope that I have helped you, and thank you for watching.